All right, we're live.
Welcome, horror junkies, to another episode of Popcorn on the Macabre. This is Dick,
This is Chad.
and we're about to go to Sleepaway Camp again.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind it.
yeah, we're about to do a commentary for Sleepaway Camp 2, one of my favorite sequels of all time.
I agree.
It's got a lot of sex in it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite things about it is it's promiscuity, if you know.
I get you. I mean,
Just horny teens for the layman.
mm-hmm.
But and
which we all were when we were kids.
Exactly. I know I was and I know I've told you this story before, but I used to watch this movie with my friends.
Yeah.
When we were like 7 or 8 years old.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, we would sit around and we would get raging boners, and
Dang.
we were like one stroke away from a circle jerk. I mean, because this movie, like, it got us really excited. It was actually the first time I saw, a sex scene that was borderline pornographic. It was really suggestive, and I'm talking about like Allie in the woods, in the bathroom. I mean, this movie just, it has it all. It has like a heavy metal soundtrack.
Right on.
It has, sex. It has.
Does it have drugs?
It has people dressing up as Freddy and Jason.
Nice.
So it does have drugs.
I was about to say, it's got sex, drugs. Does it? Or it has sex, rock and roll. Does it have the drugs?
It has the drugs, yeah. The Shit Sisters. But yeah, we're about to watch the Scream Factory Blu-ray of this, and I'd like to give another shout out to our buddy Nathan Milner for doing the badass artwork, and
Rock on.
yeah, and so anybody who has their Blu-rays on, we're seeing the setup menu right now, with Allie in her wet T-shirt and the Shit Sisters making out and shit and all kinds of just good stuff.
Degenerate stuff.
Yeah, but for those who have it ready, we are hitting the play film option in 3, 2, 1. Nice. Way to take us into it. We're seeing the MGM lion for some reason. I didn't think this was an MGM production. Jerry Silva presents.
Who's Jerry Silva? Do you know anything about?
I don't
Jerry
know
Silva?
anything about Jerry Silva. I know of Michael Simpson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
Michael Simpson.
I take it he likes tits and drugs and rock and roll.
Yeah, I would say so. Michael Simpson. He is a director.
Okay.
But he actually. I don't know exactly what his first film was, but I know before this one he did a movie called Funland. And have you ever heard of that one?
Sounds familiar.
It's in.
Have we watched it?
It's in the horror genre, but I think it's more like a comedy.
Oh no, we haven't watched it.
No, we haven't watched it. I don't even think it might be available on DVD, but it was about like a mob family, and it was PG-13.
Oh.
But it was in the horror section, and it looked like it would be horror because it had like a fucking clown on the front of it. But it was.
So it was false advertising?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because when I watched it, it was about this mob family, from what I remember, taking over like this amusement park, and this clown like gets revenge for getting fired or something. But Michael Simpson directed that, and then went on to this movie in 1987.
So he went on to his best movie.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, because once he did this, I'm not going to say this catapulted his career, but he did do Sleepaway Camp 3. Did a movie called Fast Food, which was a comedy that actually had a lot of the Sleepaway Camp cast members in it.
Did it have Springsteen in it?
It did have, yeah. It had Pamela Springsteen. It had Michael J. Pollard, who wasn't in this one, but he was in the third one as the perverted, like, Herman dude. He wore the Playboy bunny belt.
All he needed was pimp to go with it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Busted.
Yeah, and this is the first time we're seeing Angela here. And this is not Felissa Rose. This is Pamela Springsteen. How do you feel about Pamela Springsteen as Angela in 2 and 3? Like when you compare her to Felissa Rose.
I don't know. It's hard for me. I like her. She does more. She's animated, but it's hard to say because what if
Well, say it.
I can't. The chick from the first one was in this one. How would it have come across?
Maybe a little more serious in its tone.
Right.
It may have not been as funny. I actually heard a rumor that Felissa Rose auditioned for this. I don't know how true that is, but it wasn't working out. I guess because they wanted to go with the whole tongue-in-cheek feel for this one. Because this is pretty much like after Friday the 13th Part 6 and shit like that. Like, we're in the era of self-referential horror.
Right.
So they weren't going for the same tone of the original. And also I heard Felissa Rose was going to school at the time, dramatic art school or something. But
I do like Springsteen, though. Like,
yeah.
It brings almost a different character, I guess, to me.
Yeah. Well, to me, she is a different character. I mean,
Yeah.
there's, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same as the first one. And it's almost like, because in the credits, they say that this is based on an original idea by Robert Hiltzik. So it's kind of like they're saying, well, this is based on the idea, but we're going to take the idea and turn it into something new.
And run with it.
Yeah.
She's attractive.
Yeah. Did you know she's Bruce Springsteen's sister?
I think you've told me that we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
And I do know, like, every time I go to say Springsteen here, I have a hard time not saying Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
like anytime you hear Springsteen, you can't help but think, "This guns for hire."
Yeah, exactly.
Even though we're just dancing in.
Oh no, she's not gonna be the first victim, is she? She's too cute.
I know she is kind of. That's Phoebe. And I would. Phoebe, I think she was named after Phoebe Cates.
That's what I was about to ask because I'm thinking Phoebe Cates.
This whole movie, and I'm sure everybody knows, a lot of horror junkies out there know, bam, she just got fucking cracked.
Good special effects there.
Yeah. But most people know that, like, most people know by now that all the characters in this movie are based off of, like, the fucking Brat Pack. All the kids from the 80s or from the John Hughes films,
Right.
And even if they weren't part of, like John Hughes films, you still had, like, your teen stars, like they had, like, Rob Lowe. There's a character named after Rob Lowe, character named after Phoebe Cates, But yeah, here we're in the opening credits with a fucking badass song playing.
Yeah, I was about to say, since we got the music down, we can't really, or the volume down, we really can't hear the music. But like,
oh, there we go.
What can you tell me about the music? Was it anybody, or is it just like songs, or did they have like a composer that you know anything about?
James Oliverio, or however you say his name. He did the score, but this actually had a lot of heavy metal bands on the soundtrack. Like, for instance, this song right here is called Straight Between the Eyes. Yeah. It's done by a band called Anvil.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
That, like, how much more fucking metal can you get with a fucking name like Anvil? Anvil, yeah.
What about the writer? Is there anything you can tell me of the writer of this?
The writer, Fritz Gordon, was the screenwriter.
Fritz.
Which is actually a pseudonym. That's interesting you brought that up, because Fritz Gordon, that is a pseudonym for a producer named Michael Hitchcock.
Oh, you said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Yeah. We have to take a moment of silence for Allie's breasts here.
Yes. Moment of silence.
Beautiful tits.
And
I always loved that actress, Valerie Hartman. I don't know why she didn't go on to bigger, better things.
horror movies nowadays don't seem to have as many tits.
No, I would have to agree. And I don't know why. I think we're in really repressive times right now.
I mean,
This is what, okay, to me, when you write a horror film, you're catering to the teenage audience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're a male or a female. Like, put some dicks in there. I don't give a shit. But, leave the tits. Like, young boys growing up. I know when I was growing up and I watched this film, that's what I want.
And the violence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays it's all just about gore. It's about, catering to the gore hounds. But what about us perverts? Like, I mean,
I mean, that's what I thought it went hand in hand.
I feel like the society's turning into Angela.
Right.
Like, she said nice girls don't have to show it off. I feel like that's how society is now.
Not every girl's nice.
Exactly. You got some...
And don't they get slaughtered for it?
They do. Yeah. I like this chick right here, Susan Marie Snyder. The one with the China Club shirt on.
Okay.
I like her because she kind of competes with Allie. She wants to be hotter than Allie. She's kind of jealous of her.
Up there we are. If we went to this camp,
is totally me and you.
Yeah.
This is these characters here, Charlie and Emilio.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie and Emilio, of course, based off, well, not based off Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, but that's where they got the names from, of course. And actually, Renee Estevez, Emilio and Charlie's sister, plays Molly, which I'm sure a lot of people know if they're fans of this movie like we are.
Yeah.
But
how awesome would it have been if the counselor from the first one was in this one? If he hadn't died.
Which one?
The old man.
Mike Kellen?
Yeah. Had he not died, do you think he would have gone on to this one? Or would he have got out of the camping business?
No. He'd have to. Dude, he was finished. Mm-hmm. He was done. He was wiped out, man. Like,
would you even want to be the camp runner of a camp where you knew a bunch of people got killed at?
I kind of would.
I mean, would it stay in the back of your mind, though?
As long as I wasn't one of the victims. It would be kind of exciting to experience that,
Man, she has like a...
But I don't think anybody survives in this film. Like, I don't think...
She has somewhat of like a Roller Girl vibe to her or something, like from Roller Girl.
Talking about Allie?
Yeah. What was the movie with the Haim? Is it License to Drive with Heather Graham in it?
Yes.
And her hair was kind of like flared back like that.
Yeah, Heather Graham was in that.
Yeah, I'm getting a Roller Girl vibe from her.
Yeah. Oh, here's the Shit Sisters, Jody and Brooke Schote.
Yeah, that one hairstyle's not that great.
Really? You don't like the 80s hairstyle?
Not on the one with it looks like
the blonde or the brunette?
The brunette with the pom-pom hanging down in front of her face. It's like a backwards ponytail.
Yeah. Well, she was a stoner, She was trying something different. She wasn't following the trends, dude. Here's Judd and Anthony.
Yeah.
Judd and Anthony, of course, Judd Nelson, Anthony Michael Hall. I don't even think I need to point out those references anymore. No. I think everybody knows. Even Uncle John is supposed to be like John Hughes, People can do their own research when it comes to that. But I think this movie's filled with all kinds of like tongue-in-cheek references and,
Makes it cool.
It does.
You think he did it because he liked him or because he wanted to see him die?
He was paying homage. I don't know. My take on it is that the guy who wrote this, Fritz Gordon, Michael Hitchcock, whatever, he was probably trying to write characters that he could visualize.
And it helped him. And
yeah. But yeah, I don't, Pamela Springsteen did a really good job. Did you know she was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No. Where?
She was one of the cheerleaders. She didn't have like a really big part, but she was also like, sitting on the fucking bleachers when Damone was like, singing like Cheap Trick to her.
Yeah. Matter of fact, now that you're talking about it, I think you have told me that while watching it.
Yeah, she played a character named Dina, but yeah, Damone for some reason was like singing Cheap Trick to her on the bleachers. But that's all I remember. And then she was like, she's throughout that movie. But and here's Molly and Sean giving each other fuck me eyes.
Oh, I'd kick that dude's ass, or at least attempt to.
You talking about Rob, who should have been named Anthony because he looks kind of like Anthony Michael Hall. He does. He's got the same like blonde mullet.
We got away. She didn't confiscate our camera.
Interesting factoid here. Charlie and Emilio, the two young boys, the perverts.
Right.
Me and you, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Charlie or Emilio. One of the boys, his name is Justin Knoll, and he was in Friday the 13th Part 6. He was the boy who was under the bed with the other boy, and he was like, he has that famous line like, "So, what were you gonna be when you grew up?" It was that kid.
Oh, there's Ted Danson.
Look, fucking Ted Danson here, yeah.
Ted Danson. That's when he was on roids.
Yeah. This dude is one of the best characters in this movie. I would have to say TC probably is the best character in this movie. And I'm thinking that, like, TC is supposed to be like Tom Cruise. I'm not sure. That's how I take it, but...
I mean, it makes it easier, I guess, for you to... No, that's Ted Danson. It needs to be TD.
Yeah, TD.
TD.
Yeah.
I've renamed him TD.
Yeah. I like how he sniffs his pits.
I mean, come on, TD would be a cool name. It's also like touchdown, so anybody's like, when they're like, hey, TD, you just raise your arms.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Here's where we get to see Allie in a wet t-shirt.
Yeah.
What are you looking up over there?
Oh, nothing.
You're not watching the movie, dude.
I'm trying to look up a name.
Who are you trying to look up?
I think it's Malcolm Jamal Warner. I'm trying to see if he's in here because it looked like Justin Long and Malcolm Jamal Warner sitting at the table. So I wanted to make sure I was saying the name right.
You talking about the black dude?
Yeah. Justin Long and Malcolm Jamal Warner.
He does look like Justin Long. You're talking about Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah.
It just dawned. I was like, I saw Malcolm sitting at the table, and I was like, is that really that guy's name?
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh.
And look at Allie in the background. She's like totally trying to like photobomb or steal the scene.
Yeah. She's just now stole it. Thanks. I started focusing on her now.
She's hot, dude. She went on to, she didn't have much of a career. I actually think she did like a soft porn maybe, or like one of those HBO like midnight movies.
Oh.
I don't remember what the name of it was, but she also did. She was in an episode of Cheers. I remember that.
Uh-oh.
And
yeah, look at him. He's a pervert.
Oh yeah. Look at his fucking jams, dude.
Yeah, those are like Capri swimsuit. Capri swimsuit.
Yeah. Do you remember jams?
No,
dude. I wore jams.
Oh, I don't remember them at all.
They were like these just multicolored, multi-patterned shorts. They were really...
Were they long like that?
They were long.
Okay.
Yeah, they were...
I had some purple and white striped jabots, but they weren't really long.
Jabots. I remember jabots. The jams were sort of like pre-Umbro.
Okay.
Like if you remember Umbro shorts.
Now, is she jealous? Is she a little bit jealous there?
Yeah, see, Allie wants to fuck Sean.
But
she doesn't like Rob. She just kind of like uses him as
him.
her sex toy,
Yeah. Rob Lowe, is a creep.
yeah. So, we get our standard like POV shot.
Oh no. She's everywhere.
Yeah. I love this song, man. Only when I'm shit-faced and everyone gets high.
Yeah, I was wondering if you knew it.
Yeah. I'm a happy camper. I love to drink and fuck. And if you pay me money, on my titties you can suck.
That was probably like a something the writer learned back when he was a kid.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if the writer of this movie actually did go to summer camp and got some real life inspiration for some of these fucking characters.
I don't know.
Yeah, supposedly the writer Fritz Gordon, which, as I stated earlier, was a pseudonym for the producer named Michael Hitchcock. He actually went on to do like those Christopher Guest movies, those mockumentaries, like Best in Show and like Waiting for Guffman.
Yeah, I think did he also do Mascots?
He did do Mascots, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've pretty much seen all those.
I don't know why this Michael Hitchcock guy would want to use like a pseudonymous name like Fritz Gordon.
You think he was embarrassed of it?
He may have been ashamed to write these movies. I don't know. I know he wrote this one and the third one.
What?
Fucking Shit Sisters are they were a couple good characters. This movie has good colorful characters.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, you actually get invested in a lot of these detestable characters.
Would you say they're with you more than some of the characters in part one? Like, didn't part one we talk about how it's like maybe not the characters that die, but it had characters that came in and then would just disappear. Does this one do the same thing, or is it kind of
No. I think pretty much everybody dies in this one. Whereas, like, in the first one, see, there's a
you had good characters. You also had good and bad characters, or just characters interweaving.
You did. You had a mixture of good and bad characters in the first one. In this one, it seems like all the characters are detestable. And that's why I think there's kind of a disconnect between the first one and the second one. Because in the first one, you're dealing with all the psychosexual undertones. You're dealing with her, struggling with her gender, like gender identity. Angela and Peter Baker and all that. It's like they abandoned all that subtext and just went into this. They went with this new idea about how Angela was like the angel of death, how she only killed bad people. Whereas in the first one, she was just getting bullied for who she was because she was shy and, but in this one, Angela is completely personified. Like, she is who she is. She fully blossoms into who she wants to be. And it's like her goal is to become this angel of death. She only wants to kill bad kids. But the reason why I think that this one has better characterization is because you get more into the bad characters, like the detestable characters. Like, it's fun. Whereas the first one, it was kind of sad. Like, you were pulling for Angela.
Yeah. Judy, she was horrible.
Yeah, Judy was one of the worst fucking villains. And in this one, you kind of like all the bad kids. Like, they're not really doing it. They're just having fun. But Angela doesn't like that. She's, she's part of this ultra-conservative Reagan era that we're in.
I think she just liked killing. Now she's very open about it.
It could be as simple as that, yeah. Do you know who this guy is? This fucking bald dude here? Walter Gotell?
No, but I feel like I've seen him before.
Yeah. He
especially in like a cop uniform. Has he ever played a cop or a detective?
Maybe. He was in a lot of the Bond films.
Okay.
James Bond film. He was in like Octopussy, View to a Kill.
You put a real inflection on that pussy.
Well, that's all I've got on my mind right now, dude. I can't watch these movies and not think about, tits, ass,
well, that's good,
vaginas.
The first one, it was dicks. This one has the first one was all dicks and ass.
Yeah, the first one you can't help but think about just dicks and ass because that's all that movie is. There's not a single breast in the first one. Yeah, I don't think there may have been. You may.
I don't think even. I don't even. Was it Meg that died in the shower?
Yeah,
I
but there may have been a nip slip.
I don't. It slipped past me.
Yeah, I think you do see a little bit of Meg's tit in the first Sleepaway Camp. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and watch it for that very reason alone.
Man,
But see, I like these girls. Like,
mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're girls and they're just average people. They just may. I mean, they're not really doing that much wrong. I mean,
well, they just fuck up like any other teenager would.
yeah.
I
mean, we've all been through it.
Yeah. I actually get more into the female characters in this movie than I do the male characters. I feel like the female characters are more well drawn, a little more fleshed out, you know. But see, dude, this is the kind of shit I want to do at like camp, panty raids, and you know.
Yeah.
I never got to live this life. Did you?
No. While I'm in trance, I'm envisioning myself.
Yeah, I like to live vicariously through these fucking kids, man. Because
oh, there he is. God, who'd you say that was?
he looks like Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, they should have named him Anthony, not fucking Rob.
It would have been 2 on the nose.
Yeah, yeah, probably. And this is the first time that like Angela is pissed off at Sean. Like, she does not like him talking back to her, and that theme will sort of carry on as the film progresses.
Wicked Witch. I think she likes to be it.
She does. She likes being in control, but at the same time, you know, Angela wants people to follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's very controlling.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I don't think we would last that long married to Angela.
No, hell no.
I'd fart and scratch my ass and be dead.
Yeah, Angela is just, you know, it's like, she kills bad people, but also at the end, remember, she kind of just starts losing it and she kills the fucking truck driver at the end. I know we're not to that point yet, but it doesn't take much to trigger her.
Well, does she start? What about in the third one? Is she killing randoms, or are they bad people?
No, she's not killing. Well, I would say for the most part, yeah, she is killing, you know, who she sees as being bad people. But she kills some randos.
Nice.
Like the ambulance, the fucking the paramedic.
That's what I was about to say,
Yeah.
wasn't there? Man, look at that stare. It's not the same stare.
No, she's
not the same stare.
I don't think she can top Felissa Rose.
Not in the creepy, silent.
Right, yeah. And I was always upset that this character here, Mare.
Mm-hmm.
My name is not Mary, it's Mare. Yeah, I was always upset that she
Killed
she
here?
died really early. Yeah, I always thought she was a good, interesting character, you know.
I could do without the haircut.
Dude, no, man.
It reminds me of like some dog. I have too many dogs, so I just... The other ones, it's either they got a sexy haircut or it looks like some kind of animal.
Mare's hot, though. I really like that actress, Susan Marie Snyder.
Yeah.
I don't think she went on to do much other than maybe a small bit role in a movie called Ruthless People.
Well, that's a pretty big movie, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. She just didn't have a big role in it, you know.
Oh, well, it would still been cool to be in it.
I love this death right here by drill. Death by drill.
Death by a spade bit.
Fucking ketchup spraying on Angela's face.
Can you imagine taking a spade bit to somebody's face?
Oh, dude, yeah, that was a paddle bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fucking painful, dude.
Because it just like shaves slowly. It like shaves as it gets deeper and deeper into the skin, and it makes a hole.
It does, yeah. It eventually will bore a hole as it's chipping away at the layers.
That looks gross. Whatever they're eating, is that like bologna and ketchup?
I don't know, man. With this movie being as low budget as it is, like, there's no telling what that shit is.
That's why he's not putting it in his mouth.
No, yeah, I don't see anybody eating.
I don't blame him. It looks like bologna and ketchup.
TC would like to have a word with everybody.
Yay, guys!
TC, you know this actor? He's not Ted Danson, but his real name is Brian Patrick Clark, and I believe he was on some soap operas.
I could see it.
Kind of has that look.
He has that soap. Got that fucking hair.
yeah.
What if he was on? Isn't Bruce Springsteen? Wasn't he on a soap opera for a while? What if they were in the same one?
Bruce Springsteen was on a soap opera,
Or is it? No, it's not Bruce. Give me a second. Rick Springfield.
Oh, yeah, Rick Springfield.
So evidently, when I think of Bruce Springsteen, I also think of Rick Springfield. The dude was playing with his food.
Yeah, look how bored Allie is in this scene right here. She does not like Rob, but she wants his cock. She wants Rob's kyok.
Yeah. Is it because she can? Because, like, what if she had the opportunity to go for the one she likes? Like, would she prefer it over?
Well, Sean doesn't want her. See, he keeps rejecting her advances. And not like she aggressively flirts with him, but...
Yeah, I would say, coming out of the water with your tits showing through a white shirt.
Yeah. And that's her main agenda, is to fuck Sean. And, her jealousy for Molly just steadily starts growing and festering, I kind of see, that's what I like about the characterization of this movie, is everybody kind of had their own agenda. Like, Allie wanted to fuck Sean, Molly just wants to be a good girl and be Angela's friend, and you got Judd and Anthony who just want to scare the shit out of Angela, and most of the time you deal with like talking heads. Characters just kind of all acting the same, especially in teenage horror films. But yeah, this one's definitely, it's a standout.
I don't know that I could walk up to a counselor that's just like sitting at this abandoned cabin.
No, it'd be a little creepy.
I mean, these kids have to have seen Friday the 13th already.
Yeah. And if she's got bodies in there, man, wouldn't it fucking stink? Wouldn't you start smelling some shit? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're fresh, aren't they? She's only done, what, 2? Or was that the first?
Yeah, she's only killed a couple by now.
Yeah. A couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Yeah. Did she kill the shit sisters already? Yes.
I just remember the drill bit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. She's killed 4 people.
Okay, yeah, it's the whole silent film.
Yeah.
Who do you think is a breakout star from this? Did it have a breakout star?
Nobody that I would say really broke out. I mean, you could say like Renee Estevez, she did some stuff after this. I couldn't tell you what. She I remember Renee Estevez having like a small part in Single White Female, I think. Or maybe it was Pacific Heights. I don't know. It was one of those early 90s thrillers. But, I mean, you would think, like, she would have moved on to bigger, better things.
So this movie didn't kill anybody's career.
No.
Would you have liked to see it in the theater?
I would have loved to see this movie in the theater. Like, oh, man. That would have been a treat.
Yeah, you would have had a raging boner with a whole full audience.
Yeah, dude, I would have been...
You fucking exhibitionist. You little exhibitionist.
I wonder if this movie was in the theaters. You think that it...
Probably not around here.
Yeah. The movie was shot in Atlanta, so maybe it was kind of shown around, like, locally. That's interesting that this movie was shot in... it was shot like at a YMCA type center, in Waco, Georgia, I think. And they would go on to use this same camp in the third one.
Oh, well, that gives it that really same feel.
Yeah. Dude, I never liked how this guy right here, he's got this Jason mask, but it's not really a Jason mask. It's more like a fucking like Casey Jones type mask.
Yeah, it's an actual hockey mask.
Yeah, yeah. Or it reminds me of that hockey mask that the Bleeder wore in Alone in the Dark. Do you remember that movie?
No. You know me, my memory lasts for like...
Yeah.
The memory from the beginning is already gone.
Dude, Alone in the Dark, man, was a movie directed by Jack Shoulder, and it was a slasher film. And they had a character called the Bleeder, and the movie came out the same year as Friday the 13th Part 3. So I don't know which one came first. I don't know which killer actually used a hockey mask first, but the Bleeder had that same kind of hockey mask, and, you know, his nose would bleed and shit. But there's like controversy there. Like I don't. Some people like to argue that, you know, Alone in the Dark came before Friday the 13th Part 3, but they were trying to say that like Jason
Stole the mask.
Yeah, stole the idea for the hockey mask from that movie, but I don't know.
Oh, we just got fucked up.
Oh yeah, these boys are busted. Fucking busted.
I'm sitting there thinking, what am I gonna say to my mom? What am I gonna say to my
Yeah.
mom?
But like, you know, it didn't show Angela's tits. I think she was wearing like a fucking
Yeah, I don't know what kind of bra that was.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
It was huge.
I don't even know what you call that, but
Did he just say he's ashamed of them?
no, he said nice tits.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah. TC doesn't give a fuck.
Oh, shit. I've seen that look before.
Yeah. Oh, she's about to start going ham.
Like, this Angela doesn't have... Well, I guess technically in the fourth one they would have to know who she is by then. That's why she has to hide her face in that goofy makeup.
What are you talking about?
Just the fact that she...
Oh, in
Return
to
she's
Sleepaway
hiding her
Camp.
face. Yeah.
Yeah. How did this dude do that makeup, man? What is that, like wet toilet paper and shit?
Yeah, it has to be. It looks like some kind of paper or something stuck to his face.
Yeah.
But where it's really thin sliced like meat.
Yeah. Dude, this makes me want to go camping. Like
I know. After watching the first one and this one now, it's like, oh.
So, I mean, who do you think's hotter, Molly or Allie?
Allie. I mean,
Of course,
that's
yeah. That's a given.
Yeah.
Allie's just easy, man.
Well, it's also the hair, man. I guess for me, through this whole episode here, it's hair. That's what attracts me to a girl. It's either the hair or the hair.
Yeah. And dude, Allie's got like a great rack.
Well, she also has that like Saved by the Bell look. That Saved by the Bell. God, what was girl from Saved by the Bell with that hair? Kind of looked like her. Went on to do.
Yeah, Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does have that going on. The Jesse Spano look.
Yeah, wasn't he painting red on that hockey mask earlier?
I thought he was.
I'm pretty sure he was. I don't see any red now.
I know.
And why are Jason and Freddy friends? This must be before they had their falling out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This predates Freddy versus Jason. Probably even the idea for Freddy versus Jason by like a few years. Oh shit. All these gurgling sounds and shit. I think that was added in post.
Yeah, I'm glad I can't hear it right now because then I'd be going.
Yeah.
I've got a weak stomach and a short-term mind.
Yeah, it was totally ADR though, man.
Yeah, there's.
Hey, faggot, where are you?
He's gone, dude. This is probably one of the better parts for kills for me.
Yeah.
Like this scene, I just want. It's like, oh, I gotta watch this. Hold on.
Yeah. One of my favorite lines from that dude was like when he was all like in the cafeteria talking about Angela's going straight up dookie in her pants.
Did you see that? He had blue paint on his mask there.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
See it on the side?
I get. So he's got like some
Blue triangles
blue
or
triangles?
green triangles.
Ah. So it's not a Jason mask, it's a Roy mask.
That's what. Yeah. But I
He
still,
does. He does.
It's like tape or something.
It does look like electrical tape, or I don't know. And who is she supposed to be? Like, is that just like a
Leatherface?
Yeah, is that kind of like supposed to be Leatherface or Michael Myers?
Leatherface and Michael Myers, both.
Yeah.
I think she didn't understand their game, so she combined them and just no, she did the right thing. She combined two badass dudes and became,
Yeah, yeah. She should have wore that fucking mask through the whole movie. Like, dude, yeah, seeing Angela like that for the rest of the movie, that'd be badass, man. And I think we're coming up on the bathroom sex scene.
Oh, thanks. You put caution to the wind. Now I'll have to talk to the little man to keep him down.
Yeah, keep him subdued.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. This is a hot
I'm about
scene.
to know that I'm pretty sure you're about to get a boner next to me. I just now realized that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Gentle, please.
They got the fucking candles out and shit. Like, this is a
Candles and hooch.
this. Yeah. This is like their idea of romance here. Is in this gritty ass bathroom. Look at Allie's fucking shoes, man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm watching Footloose.
Yeah. Oh, there go the shorts.
Man.
Yeah, dude.
Let her take them off for a second. What are you doing? Are you killing her?
I know. And this dude,
You're dragging.
This dude is full on raping her.
This is turned from like innocence to rape.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm seeing this movie in a different way.
Honestly, I think Allie rapes him though.
Yeah, I think. Well, she's supposed to be kicking her pants off, and he's trying to get in the bathroom stall fast. But without the volume and shit, it sounded like rape or looked like rape.
Yeah. I like how she fucking throws this outrigger leg up on the wall. A little sexy Allie.
He's like licking her belly button.
I know he's not doing anything. He's not even close to her pussy, dude.
No, and he's like looking down. Like I'd be looking at the breast right now. Why are you looking down? She just bared him. Why are you not looking up?
He doesn't even know how to get the bra off. Like, dude, Rob is fucking up here.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't start up though. I always thought Allie was gonna die right here, but
Fucking cock block.
yeah.
What
she's
song is on
she's
the
like,
radio?
God damn it, he's trying to lick my belly button.
Yeah. He's like, where are you going? Did I do something wrong? You know how romantic it. Like if I went home or hell with any girl and tried to be like, hey, come with me. I've got 2 candles, a boombox, a bottle of wine, and I take them to a restroom.
Yeah.
That will get you nowhere.
No, you're not getting very far.
But then again, I could be wrong. I bet there's a lot of people that fucked in the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, Allie's freaky.
They do it at concerts, and those bathrooms are horrible.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know that actress Valerie Hartman? She was a raccoon wrangler in the 3rd film.
Like, just to come on, just as a
There's a scene where a raccoon jumps out, and she's actually credited as raccoon wrangler.
It's like a cameo.
Yeah.
His hair doesn't
Well, she
move.
wasn't seen in the film.
Oh.
She just tamed the raccoon, I guess, and maybe it was her pet raccoon. I have no idea, but this film and the 3rd one were filmed consecutively. Like they went straight into part 3, like right after this was done.
What was, or do you know how this was received when it first came out?
I have no idea. I know the critical reception for this was way better than the third one, though. Because the third one was just rushed. Really rushed. And this one may have been cut to shit by the MPAA a little bit. But the third one, they had like a lot of cool deaths in the third one that were cut, cut short.
What year was that? Was that the same year they started cutting the Jason movies?
Around that time, yeah. Mid to late 80s. They started coming down on these films hard, man. They're labeling them video nasties and all kinds of shit. Poor Molly.
She needs some MDMA.
Oh, if I was at a camp like that, I'd totally be doing some Molly.
I'd probably have to be happy.
But then I get killed. We'd get killed.
Yeah. The idea of these camps seem really fun to me, but I know as soon as I get out there, I'd want to be right back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to go to this camp and do what you want. Because Angela's not having it. She doesn't even like it when you talk back to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she gets pissed off just when you talk back to her, man. Like, you can't get away from this bitch.
Is there any deaths in here that kind of like the kid deaths in the first one? Where it leaves you thinking why'd they die?
When she kills Charlie and Emilio, the two young boys. I mean, I always thought that was kind of shocking.
But is it because of the picture of her?
All right, hold on. We're trying to watch a sex scene here, Chad.
All right.
Oh man, do you know how many times I rewound this scene when I was a kid?
Do you have an idea?
I don't know. But look at that. Oh my God. Dude, this is a personal story, but the first time I ever lost my virginity, first time I ever had sex, the chick I was fucking, she did the same thing as Allie. She leaned back, and I could see like those mountainous fucking tits, and when she leaned back, I couldn't help but think of Allie from this movie. And you talk about instant orgasm, dude. I was thinking about Sleepaway Camp 2 the first time I fucked. That's how much of an indelible mark this movie left on me.
That's pretty awesome too.
I mean, yeah. Do you know that like that's not Rob right there? Like that's not the actor?
No.
Yeah, he was 17 at the time. And he wasn't. I like that line. You don't have AIDS or anything, do you? Like after she's already like rode his cock. But yeah, the actor who played Rob. The hell is his name? A guy named Terry Hobbs. He was underage. So like he couldn't be there though while Allie was straddling him, which is a shame. That's every 17-year-old boy's dream right there. Okay, so this is the moment where, she thinks that she's hooking up with Sean. But it's Angela.
Man, she's not even going to shower first.
No. No. You think of it? Yeah, I've never thought of that, man. Oh,
it's a gangbang. It's a sleepaway gang.
She just goes straight to Sean with her crusty ass coos, man.
I hope he doesn't go down first.
Dude, she's got all this dried up jizz.
No, it would probably still be dripping. That's why she's walking funny.
Yeah, this is Allie's death scene here.
Do you remember the first time you watched this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very memorable.
How old do you think you were?
7 or 8. I don't remember if I saw this one before I saw the first one, but it was around that same time. Because they had these movies at like Family Video.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean,
I always dreamed of what was on that tape.
Yeah. Such a good scene. Because they've established this rivalry like so early on in the film. Mm-hmm. And the tension just kind of, you could literally, cut it with a knife
Yep.
like she does
No
here.
pun intended.
Pun intended, sir.
How are they? How old are they? The actors.
Oh, I don't know. Pamela Springsteen was probably mid 20s here, mid to late 20s, because she was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and that was in '82.
Stuff's in that.
Allie, probably Valerie Hartman, probably the same thing, early 20s. But back then, dude, you could be like 30 years old and play a teenager.
Yeah.
And like, nobody could tell.
Well, is that because we were so young, and now because I can tell sometimes. Looking back at some of these movies now,
right?
I guess after I went through my teenage years, because I think the whole time when I was young, looking up to the people playing teenagers,
yeah,
I'd be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna look ripped," and that never happened.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, this would be the worst.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be fucking horrible, man. She gets the leeches on her and everything.
Oh, gross.
It's awful.
Gross, gross, gross.
This is one of the worst deaths. I think here's some interesting trivia. That stick that she's using to poke Allie down into the toilet there, that's the same stick that she uses to beat Michael J. Pollard's ass in the third one.
Oh.
Like when she's like beating him outside the tent.
Oh, that's cool.
Same stick. Yeah, same prop.
In the first one, we didn't really see the kills, did we?
Some of them.
Well, they weren't as long, I guess.
Yeah. Are you saying? Yeah, because this one's pretty torturous. We're actually watching this for a long time here. It's kind of uncomfortable to see somebody drown in shit.
Yeah.
Leeches and shit.
I think that's probably why it took so long for me, because it was shit and leeches, and I didn't want to. It's kind of that really gets on my germ kick.
Yeah, you're kind of a germaphobe.
Yeah, so just the shit and
that's a
leeches.
very nasty thing to watch if you're a germaphobe.
Man, he's got his gold chain.
This dude's rocking the shit.
I know. He must have borrowed it from Malcolm. He's like, hey, he hasn't come back, so I'm going to take his jewelry.
She didn't have cramps. I was giving her AIDS.
This was kind of at the turn of the AIDS kind of epidemic, wasn't it? Or
yeah. A lot of horror movies dealt with the fear of AIDS. There was a big. I would say it started in the early '80s. When you think, and you don't hear about AIDS anymore.
No,
it's like you can be cured now.
Basically,
Yeah, I mean. It's not deadly.
I remember being a kid and the fear of God coming down and giving me AIDS if I did anything wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You will be struck down with AIDS.
Yes. I was so terrified to have sex because of AIDS when I was like...
Oh, my God. That'd be horrible.
I just always pictured myself the first time I banged a chick, I would get AIDS.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because, like... I always kind of had that innate fear too, and maybe it was from watching these fucking movies. But I don't know. These movies made me want to have sex, though. I always thought that this was what being a teenager was all about.
Well, this promoted the sex, and then in reality, you were hearing AIDS, 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 AIDS.
Yeah, we had our teachers telling us that shit too. Everybody was trying to scare us.
It worked.
It did, yeah. I mean.
I was like, I have horrible luck anyway, so the first one, AIDS, so it was like
yeah. Oh, man. Angela does not like this bitch putting her fucking feet on her bed either.
Is that why she gets it?
Yeah, this is at the point where Angela starts losing her shit. Like, I would say that her kills aren't even really that motivated. She's just fucking paranoid now. Like, because she starts noticing that this girl, Demi, which I assume is named after Demi Moore, Demi starts figuring shit out right here. Like, she's like, I tried to call Phoebe, couldn't get an answer. I tried to call the shit sisters. She's figuring stuff out. Mm-hmm. And Angela's like sitting here trying to pick out a weapon. Like that's what I always liked about this part right here. It's
Just nonchalantly doing it too.
Yeah, yeah. It's this is a very very humorous scene. She's fucking picking up a pencil. She even thinks about using the fucking boombox. Yeah. Somebody have a butterfly collection?
Or is that just, I guess, a poster?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Smokey the Bear, know your butterflies. You get too close to this one, forest fire.
Yeah.
They don't even have Smokey the Bear that much anymore, do they?
No, they
that
don't.
or McGruff.
I don't know what happened to that.
I guess big business came in and said, let's plow down all the forests.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think Angela got him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When she gets her with the guitar string, that's gnarly, man.
I would rather the guitar string than the shitter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it'd be quicker.
It's not going in your mouth. You're not drowning. You're not eating shit on your way out, too.
Yeah, yeah. Would you rather drown, though, as opposed to being throttled like that by a guitar string?
An old boss I worked for said his dad drowned and was revived, and he said that if he could go out a way, he would drown because he said as soon as he took in that first breath of all the water, he was gone.
Yeah.
He blacked out. He said it was peaceful.
Yeah, it almost seems like a very transcendental.
The worst part
way
is the panic.
Yeah.
And the burning in your lungs, but as soon as you open your mouth, it's completely blacked out.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be painless.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you get fucking strangled by a guitar string, shit.
Now drowning would probably suck if I'm getting held down.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to drown in shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to drown in shit and leeches.
There's a difference between also being forcefully drowned and like drowning in a swimming pool. Because I'm also thinking about like drowning off a boat or swimming.
There's variables. Yeah, and see, okay, so here's another
example. Kelly Clarkson. It is.
We haven't even talked about this character, Leah.
Yeah.
She gets killed just because, Angela's paranoid that she's going to tell.
Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time. She walked in, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the rare instances in this movie where you're kind of dealing with a one-dimensional character, because the Leah character for me was never fleshed out in the way that, say, like Allie was. Because Leah, her only character trait was that she was a tattletale. That's it. Other than that, she had no purpose in this movie whatsoever.
Look at that. There. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, look at him. He's gritted. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He thinks he's awesome.
You remember that teenage love? You remember how you felt?
Yeah.
Where did that feeling go?
Do I have to comment on that?
You don't have to. Dude, now all the girls are gone. This is such a morbid scene here.
She's all done up for bed.
Yeah, she is.
They all caught a case of the Angela.
Yeah. Dude, Pamela Springsteen, she's good as Angela. She plays it just so differently. And Felissa Rose, I mean, I guess the proof is in the pudding. Felissa Rose was the better Angela, because her career is still kind of thriving in the horror genre. She'd go on to do those films with Dante Tomaselli, and and Pamela Springsteen, I don't know what the fuck happened to her. She did these two movies and Fast Food, and I don't know what she's doing now. Probably living off her brother.
He's maybe working for him. Who knows? It'd be interesting. Why don't you find out?
I always thought this was a cool scene here. It's kind of cheesy how it's drenched in blue, but It's almost like Angela kind of, for the first time ever, kind of has some guilt, about why she's doing what she does. Which is a little out of character for her, but it seems like it adds like a little bit of humanity.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I'm going to look up Pamela Springsteen because I have no idea what she's doing these days. Seems like her. Okay, she did after she did Sleepaway Camp 3. Pamela Springsteen moved on to fast food, and then she did a movie called The Gumshoe Kid, and after that, nothing else. That's interesting.
Retired?
I guess so.
Married?
Probably. Mostly that's what happens to a lot of actresses around this age.
Start a family.
Yeah, they start having kids and give up on the whole acting thing. But, she was good. She was actually, it says that she was briefly engaged to Sean Penn.
Who wasn't engaged to Sean Penn?
Yeah, I know.
Or who hasn't been?
Shit, this is when Angela gets fired.
Dude, that hair doesn't move. Even the bag doesn't move.
No.
Oh, this dude, he's like...
Yeah.
I hate my life. I look like a troll.
I want you out of here before lunch.
He looks like the troll from Troll movie. Why didn't they just hire him for part 2? That would have done better.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sad.
Yeah, man. I mean, Angela's human,
She's just got issues.
She's a flesh and blood character, though. I don't know. I like how they do mention her background in this one. Like, there's a little bit of that exposition at the end when she's talking to Sean.
Right.
About how she goes through with her sex change operation, and but I think I'm more fascinated with the fact that she wants to just try to clean these camps up.
She's a Mrs. Clean.
Yeah, and she just becomes this angel of death. And
is there a big difference that you see from the Angela character from 2 to 3?
Yeah,
does she change?
Yeah.
Like, was she...
Yeah, in this one, it's like she has hope.
Okay.
In the third one, she seems exhausted. Like, she seems kind of beat down. Like, fuck, I gotta fucking kill these motherfuckers again. Yeah, but in this one, it's like she has a little bit of faith.
Is that the kid from Karate Kid? No, he looked like the bad guy from the Karate Kid movie for a second.
Who, Rob?
Yeah.
Old Rob back there trying to eavesdrop.
He's not doing a very good job of it. We could all see him.
Yeah. And look at Sean here, man. He's like fucking 30 years old and shit. Looking like Burt Reynolds. There's no way that this dude was a teenager.
Well,
I don't even think he was in his early 20s.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, see? I thought I was going to grow up and look like this. Boy.
Yeah, no. Oh, man. I always thought this is what teenagers were supposed to do, though. Like, I was not like this when I was a teen.
No.
Like, I wasn't getting laid.
That's because, like we stated earlier, we just saw AIDS.
Yeah.
When we were kids, they beat us down with stuff and made us fear certain things.
Yeah. It's because these movies, man.
I guess it did its job.
Yeah, I mean, these movies started...
Reagan did his job, or Nancy.
Yeah. Just say no. It was part of that ultra conservative movement, to suppress, your emotions, your inner desires. It was, say no to rock and roll. It was say no to drugs. It was say no to sex. And a lot of people would make the claim that these films were propagating that message. I don't think so.
No.
I think it was sort of what's the word I'm looking for? It was sort of like an antithetical statement. These movies were commenting on that era and making them into like sort of a satirical statement of the times that they were in. But I don't think these movies actually preach that. Just like people thought a lot of these movies were sort of anti-woman. They thought that these films were anti-women, but they weren't. They always
had a strong female.
Yeah, they did.
Final girl.
Yeah, even Angela's a strong female. She's she's there.
I mean, look at everybody she's killed. I mean, when she was a kid, she killed a pervert by picking him up and putting him in a hot thing of boiling water.
She picked him up.
I mean, did you see the pot? I mean, I guess it eventually fell over, but didn't he go head first in?
Yeah, well, she didn't pick him up though. She just pushed him.
Okay.
Like she pushed his ass.
Okay, but did he?
You're talking about Artie, right?
Yeah, I may be also thinking of part 4 too. Wasn't there like a fryer in that?
Yes, she did pick. Angela did. Well, Angela was probably a lot stronger
then,
by that point. Yeah, she was a 14-year-old girl or boy in the first one.
Well, dude, think about it. Who else did she?
But
kill?
you're talking about the deep fryer.
Yeah, Return to Sleep. I maybe.
Yeah, she lifts the dude up by his legs. I think. Yeah. Very cool death, even though that movie was complete shit.
Man, TC doesn't even break a sweat.
No. Well, he's a little sweaty there, but yeah, he looks like he works out.
Yeah, it's nice to see that not everybody at this camp works out. The last one, everybody was on like cocaine and shit and constant tense muscles.
Yeah. TC, he's probably done some coke.
You know he does. Look at those rolled up sleeves.
He's all jacked up, full of testosterone.
They rolled his sleeves up to make his muscles look bigger, though.
I always love that death right there, the acid in the face.
Yeah, that would suck.
You remember they kind of had the foreshadowing earlier in the scene where he says that like he's missing the battery from his car. It's because she took the battery acid,
Man.
Yeah, this was.
I'd feel hopeless right now after that guy walks in and gets it.
Yeah, but they're obviously not tied up too well. Because Molly, from what I remember, Molly gets out of this. What was that?
I don't know, a rabbit.
Molly, she gets out of this shit really easily, from what I remember. Like, she's not tied up too well. I think she's like held up there by a nail or some shit. We'd have to watch, but it seems like Molly escapes this really easily.
I just kind of got dumbfounded. I'm sitting here thinking about all the people that Angela's killed. She is strong.
Yeah.
I mean, she basically slit a dude's throat while she was laying down with her wrist resting on a log. So she's with her finger.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you, this seems like there was a tagline on maybe one of the posters. I don't know if it was like, the official like one sheet for this, but it seems like they're maybe in Europe or something. I don't know. It seems like maybe it was a dream, but there was a tagline that said, first there was Jason, then there was Freddy, now there's Angela. And it makes you think like how do you think she would stack up against those killers? Like,
I don't know. They really don't put her in with those. Do you think it's because she's human?
Probably. But she is tough.
I mean,
she is tough. She is strong. Look what she does here. Bam!
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. She's kind of... Well, didn't you say something about the angel of death?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think maybe they may have been trying to turn this into like a huge franchise. Like, dude, think about, oh my God, this makeup, seeing some of this shit in HD, it looks so fake. But I think that, had they had more money, I mean, I think these films did okay financially. I know they did well on video. People rented the shit out of the tapes. But, like, can you imagine if they went to, like, a Sleepaway Camp 7 or 8?
Would you have liked it?
Depends on who was
It probably awesome.
behind it creatively, Like, I feel like, honestly, you know how Robert Hiltzik came back to do the fourth one?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought that was a big mistake. I think if Michael Simpson had kept making these movies, it's hard to say because I like the first one more than I do 2 and 3. But I think that it was made for that time. Like, it was made for 1983. He had an idea. He stuck with it. He created such an iconic, memorable ending. When people think of Sleepaway Camp, that's all they think about is
the ending.
Angela's dick. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, but then, you go to 2 and 3, and it's almost like, like I don't consider this retconning, but 2 and 3 are so different.
Yeah.
Like, so in that sense, like if they would have made a different part 4 from the one,
if they kept going right after this one,
yeah, like if they exactly like
it would have probably gone on.
They waited too long.
It would have gone if they would have gone directly into another one. I think they could have kept going.
Yeah, they waited way too fucking long. I think it was 25 years from the original one, because I think part 4 came out in 2008. So look how easy she gets out of these ropes. Like, Angela might be good at killing, but she ain't worth a shit when it comes to tying people up.
Man.
And who the fuck is the dude that she just killed? Is that the guy?
I don't know. I was just thinking she was moving body. But was that completely somebody different?
I think it's the dude that was fucking the shit sisters.
Okay, so yeah. She probably killed him and we just never saw it.
Yeah. It seemed like she called him Matt. And earlier I could have swore that his name was Ralph. Her
shoes and socks look like she gets fashion from Beavis and Butthead. So does Angela.
Yeah, I know.
Like, just don't look at them. Look at the feet, and you would think you just saw Butthead beat Beavis up.
And it's like everybody has the same shoes on. Everybody's got those black shoes with the white slouch socks.
Yeah, it was probably a camp uniform thing.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody looks the same. Well, she's got the fucking candles lit in there.
Yeah. Gotta make it like ritualistic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotta compete with Jason.
Yeah, the art director setting the mood.
I wonder if there's like any B-roll of them like running into branches.
I think a lot of these are the same shots.
Yeah.
They all look like the same footage.
They probably did like one really long take and then just cut different parts.
Yeah. Like, how the fuck did she get ahead of her here? I'm not buying this. This movie's bullshit, man.
She's the angel.
Ugh. There is something about people grabbing knife blades and dragging their... Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah. Man. Climax of the film here.
Yeah, it pretty much is. This is a short movie.
But you think that is what makes it good, though?
It's kind of quick.
Like short and, yeah.
Kind of quick, to the point. Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do with this movie,
Evidently, you can beat off to it.
I did beat off to it.
Mm-hmm.
I still beat off to this movie.
The images in your head?
Yeah. No, sometimes I just turn it on and beat off to it.
Oh, I feel like I'm holding your Playboy right now or something.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that scene with Allie in the woods, man, still gets me to this day. Turns me on.
It makes you purr.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing, I think we talked about this earlier. They don't have sex scenes like that anymore in horror films. Like,
right. Hell, in a lot of things now, everything's got to be PG-13.
Yeah, I mean, they'll show suggestive stuff, and they'll show like maybe a girl humping some dude, but it's always like, a reverse angle or something. Like the camera's always behind her. You don't see the tits. You don't. There's a lot of stuff you don't see. But like, do you remember this movie called Slugs?
Vaguely,
It had like a really like raunchy sex scene in it that was like, I mean, to me it was raunchy. I saw it when I was relatively young, but it was shocking. It was like, damn, that's a fucking powerful sex scene. But that's the kind of stuff they do not put in horror films nowadays. Okay, here's Charlie and Emilio dead. Oh my god! And how did she kill them?
Yeah, I don't know. Burn their neck. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how she got them.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like, I really couldn't watch horror, but my dad, like I've told you before, had the VHS of that Vengeance Woman prison movie.
Yeah.
That was the one that got a lot of time rewinding for me. Probably a lot of people.
Yeah. Do you think the reason why your parents didn't want you to watch horror movies, do you think it was because of the violence or the sex?
Sex.
Yeah.
I would have to.
Yeah.
I mean, they would let me watch Animal House, but then they would have me leave.
Well, okay. I was gonna say that movie has some.
No, they would be
sexual
like,
stuff
they'd be
in
like,
it.
son, we need you to go fill our glass, or hey, I think I heard the phone ringing.
Yeah, just to get you out of the room.
Yeah, but there was a time when I was old enough. I was like, oh god, here it comes. He's bouncing across on the ladder. Tits, tits, tits.
Yeah.
And then, son, we need to go. And I was like 18 still, or 17 probably. But then again, I don't know.
Ain't no skin off my tits. I love this character, this fucking Reba McEntire character here. She's like fresh off the set of Tremors.
You're so right. This is the same character. She just left because that. Does she come back in part 2? I know she's not. At a certain point, I think that Burton gets a divorce.
She's only in the first one. But
yeah, this is she got the fuck out.
She dies right here.
And then this is why we never see her again.
Yeah, she almost kind of reminds me of the chick from Friday the 13th 5 too. The Carol Locatel or whatever. The I got a bomb on me, Sheriff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Eat your fucking slop.
Why'd she kill her?
She had some of the probably because she had this line that says, she said, "I'm too dumb to drink and I'm too fat to fuck."
Okay.
Yeah, Angela didn't like that. That was probably one of the best lines in the movie, though. But she also was smoking. I don't know if Angela has something against cigarette smoking. Yeah, it's interesting. Because she told her, she was like, "Do you mind cracking a window?"
That's what they need to do with those Truth commercials now. Have Angela in them.
Yeah. Dude, Angela just...
Big Tobacco hires Angela.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. What an epic ending. It's already over. Like, doesn't it feel like it's so short?
I guess. I mean, I feel like I went on a ride.
Yeah.
But I've also...
It just feels like, climactically speaking, that it's cut short. I don't know. Susan Marie Snyder.
I mean, would you have rather seen more?
No, I feel like it's timed right, but pacing wise, it feels like it's doing its job. But then the ending is so abrupt, and maybe that's just because there's no real final confrontation with Angela. It's just like Angela pulls up in a truck and she's like, "Howdy, partner," and then the movie's fucking over. Like, it's just like that last final scare with the freeze frame, and it's almost like their budget, like they couldn't shoot any more scenes or something. I don't know. because you don't know if Molly died. You know, like what happened to Molly?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe it was some kind of like Texas Chainsaw kind of homage or something.
Maybe, yeah, because that ending was kind of abrupt too.
What?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I was gonna look up that actress Susan Marie Snyder really quick because I think I told you earlier that she was in that movie Ruthless People, and you know, like I said, I always had a crush on her, and I was never able to watch her in anything else but this. Yeah, she had a small. She played the stereo store customer in Ruthless People, and I think that was. She's only done like 6 things.
man, so
But yeah, that was.
What do you give it for writing?
Okay, well, overall, I think I kind of spilled the beans in our episode of Sleepaway Camp, the original, of what my popcorn kernel rating was for this film. But I give it 3. I give it 3 out of 5. On the writing alone, you always do this to me.
Yeah, I want to get in your head.
You're wanting to know my take on the screenplay itself.
Yeah. Coming from a screenwriter and a director.
Yeah. Well, directorially speaking, if that's a word, directorially speaking.
Well, you just made it one.
Yeah. The film was well directed. You know, this really didn't have like any like really inventive camera angles or anything snazzy with regards to like composition. There's that cool shot of like Allie going into the toilet where it's like the toilet's POV. You know, the director did a pretty good job. It's pretty basic. There's nothing that's real standout. The writing is witty. That's one thing I can say is that this movie has a sense of humor. So I would say from a writing standpoint, this movie has a good narrative when it comes to character development because it's not very plot heavy. I mean, it's just like, okay, well, we already know the background of Angela from the first one. So let's talk about it here during this campfire scene. And then we can sort of embellish a little bit on it in Sean's little expositional scene at the end. Other than that, there's not much of a plot. You know, you're dealing with a lot of.
Was that like a?
That was like a little Ferris Bueller ending.
Okay, I guess that's my first time ever seeing that.
Yeah.
What'd she say? Did she say something?
She says, "Good night, campers."
Okay, so that's almost like leading right up to the next one.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I would say the script was. It's not perfect by any means. I mean, there's a lot of cliche stuff in that movie, but you buy it.
It's fun.
You buy it because you know it's like I was saying about the can't even talk right now. The self-referential meta period of horror films where they're constantly aware of themselves. They're making fun of themselves. And you can tell from one scene to the next that there's this irony and, satirical element that runs through everything. I think the movie succeeds there. And dialogue wasn't bad either.
No. And like you said, I'd say it was witty.
Yeah.
At times.
And, the acting is not that bad either.
No.
I mean, compared to a lot of the shit that we've been watching nowadays, I mean, this movie, it has, for being a really low budget horror film, it looks like it has great production value.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. I give it a 3.5.
3.5.
It's the same as the first.
Okay. So you like it just as much as the first.
Yeah. But it's also like we've kind of said, it's a different kind of movie.
It is. Yeah, completely. Well, I mean, that's interesting. The fact that they rank the same, but you see them in a different light.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they play completely different.
Yeah.
Or I feel like they do.
They do. I mean,
This one was kind of upbeat, had all that rock metal all the time.
Yeah, completely different tone. I think we were talking about that when we were watching the original one.
Mm-hmm.
How there is a complete tonal shift. And I guess you could say the same thing about a lot of sequels in the 80s. I mean, you could say that with the Jason movies. You could say that with the Freddy movies. There was always a sense of humor injected into them later on because...
After the first one.
Yeah.
It's all after the first one.
And I think that was part of their formula for developing franchises. Mm-hmm. It's like they wanted the audiences to root for the killer, And I guess that's what makes these films so fun.
Would you say that could be like, in the 70s where it was like killers were scary, and then you had I would say for me, Nightmare 1, Freddy's scarier than he is in any of the other ones.
Yeah.
And
Nightmare 2. Freddy was scary in the second one too.
I guess I'd have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
we're going to do a podcast on Nightmare on Elm Street 2, by the way.
Okay, sweet. and like Friday the 13th.
Just thought I'd slip that in there.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
But Friday, it's different than the second one and the third one. So the first ones were all
they're
virgins.
Yeah.
And then after that, I feel like they started to turn them into horrors. Yeah.
I mean, this one I would say is more of a comedy horror than it is a horror comedy. Mm-hmm. I mean, this movie has some pretty gnarly scenes in it, but...
Can you take it serious?
I don't. I just can't. It's so goofy.
That's the thing. The first one you could almost take serious.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one has... it's like I was saying, it just has that tone, that atmosphere. Mm-hmm. And you're dealing with the whole bullying aspect. And this one is just like, I don't want to say it's a Friday the 13th clone. I feel like that's unfair to label these movies as Friday the 13th clones. Because I do think that, they have their own story. And, Angela has her, a pretty good little background.
A different one.
Yeah. It's an interesting story, but they completely changed it up. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's not the same Angela. Which is why part 1 and 4 feel like they're part of their own little universe, and then 2 and 3 feel like they're part of their own little universe. But yeah, those. I mean, any final thoughts?
I pretty much said my piece.
So you're ready to watch the third one?
Yeah, I'm ready to watch the third one.
So just to let you guys know, we'll be doing a commentary for Sleepaway Camp 3. And if you haven't listened to our commentary for Sleepaway Camp, the original, there's some insightful bits.
I would say so.
On that one.
Very insightful. Watch it.
Yeah.
Play it with the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Play it with the movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Play all of these with the movie.
Please do. Listen to these commentaries while you're watching the movie. I feel like half the time people just get on fucking YouTube and just listen to commentaries. Yeah. And, that's fine and all, but it's not the same. You have to be living this with us.
Yes.
You have to be experiencing, what we're going through here. But yeah, that's Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. And we'll be watching Teenage Wasteland next. But that's all I have to say.
Are you signing out?
Yeah, this is Popcorn on the Macabre. And this is Dick.
This is Chad.
And we're gone.